Today, I have some exciting news. Google just announced the official VR180 Creator app for Mac and Linux, and PCs coming up next. With this app, now you can convert any raw footage from Google certified VR180 cameras, like this one right here, the Lenovo Mirage, into a standardized eco-rectangular projection, so you can edit it in your favorite editing software of choice, like the Adobe Premiere, Final Cut Pro, or Nuke if you're fancy. And then you can re-encode them after you're done with your editing and release it on YouTube. 100% working as VR180 video. It comes with stabilization and all the goodies, and it is 100% free. This tutorial will show you everything you need to know on how to edit VR180 video captured by the Lenovo Mirage from start to finish with the VR180 Creator app. Hey, what's up everybody, it's your boy Hugh here from Creator. What you are looking at right now is the brand new VR180 Creator app by Google. The UI is very straightforward. There's two main features. One is convert any VR180 raw footage into an editing friendly format, and the other one is inject metadata so you can upload on YouTube and create VR180 content. So go ahead and hit the first button. We're gonna convert the Lenovo Mirage raw VR180 footage into a format that we can cut it in Premiere. So go ahead and hit select. So here is the clip I captured with the brand new Lenovo Mirage camera. Go ahead and hit open. You can pick 360 video and top and bottom. And as you see, it generates, and if I actually pick the format for you as well, 4K by 4K. So it actually generates a 4K by 4K top and bottom stereoscopic 360 video. So you can upload that on any platform, it will work. It just, the other 180 side will be black. So this makes the Mirage footage super friendly on all platforms out there. You can load this footage in your Oculus Go and it will work as a VR180 or VR360 videos. Today we are talking how to convert that back to the YouTube VR180 format, and that format actually is VR180 video, and it's a side-by-side, left and right side, so look exactly like this. And that is a format that match with all my other tutorial, if you follow that my other tutorial. And then on the output resolution, you can optimize for input, so the app will read your camera footage if it's from Mirage or if it's from Z Cam K1Pro. As I will show you later, actually, the optimal for input for Mirage still upscale the final footage, and 4K is a less amount of upscaling to the Mirage footage, and I prefer to not upscale it with this app as much as possible to retain the highest quality possible. So I will actually pick 4K, but again, you can put optimal if that is what you want. On video codecs, right now we can only rendering is H.264. This is not an intermediate codecs. Intermediate codec should be DNxHR, the Cineform, or the ProRes. Unfortunately, at this stage, we only can output H.264. And then here, we should always pick the highest quality. Again, it's the intermediate codecs. We want to have the highest quality possible. And then there's one cool feature right here is stabilization. Basically, if you shot in tripod, you don't need to use stabilization as this footage shot on a tripod. But if you are handhelding it, the Mirage camera, you can use stabilization absolutely free from this app, which is a great feature. And I'm really happy they actually built this feature into the app. So after you pick all the settings, so now you can go ahead and hit convert, pick a location, and then go ahead and hit export. And then we'll start the process and render your footage into an editor-friendly format. It'll take for a while though, because this is actually transcoding. So to go ahead and take a cup of coffee, or we'll come back when it is done. Just to show you the stabilization feature, we go ahead and again, this time I'll pick one I actually shot with a handheld. Go ahead and pick 180 side by side. And as you see, I'm actually on a run reel and the camera's attached on my back with a pole. On this one, you can, if you know stabilization, you see everything just, the horizon is not straight. If you pay attention, the horizon is not straight, but if you hit stabilize, the horizon line is straight now. It's kind of straight. We can still do some work on it, but it's pretty straight in all the footage. Now we are back into our PC. Inside here is Premiere, and I already put together an finished sequence right here. As you see right here, this clip is actually generated and stabilized in the previous process, and this coming from the Mirage footage. And then I'm gonna cut it with my regular video right here. And then I even gonna cut that with one of the footage that is not for the Mirage camera. This is actually captured by the GH5. As you see, have a rate ISO dynamic range. It's captured by the two GH5 and the Antenna HAL 200s VR180 video. But I can merge them with my Mirage footage right here, the movement footage, and also the tripod footage. Some quick tips on how to edit VR180 Mirage footage on Adobe Premiere is right now you see it's left and right, but you need to convert that by hitting the VR button into a VR180 so you can actually see what is going on. So right now you still doesn't see stereoscopic, so you have to right click right here in the VR video in the setting. Actually, you need to look at the anagram and then go ahead and pick 90 degrees. For your horizontal view, hit OK. Again, right click, hide the control. Now I have more view. So now you can pan around and look around as in VR180 video with the anagram. How to look at the anagram, I actually have an entire tutorial in detail how to show you how to do VR180 post-production. But just to refresh your memory, you need one of those anagram glasses to actually look at stereo to see how good is the stereo of your footage, and also that is how you insert an object. So how to actually insert graphic in the VR180 video, again, I already have that tutorial make, so check that out, but I just want to give you a quick refreshment course right here. So step one is go ahead and create a new transparent video. Hit OK. Grab the transparent video on top of wherever you want to insert graphic, and then go ahead and put some graphic here, which I'll put my name. So go ahead and turn off VR mode. If you look at the full mode, the graphic is not working right now in the VR180 environment. Don't worry. Just make sure that extend your transparent video at the same length as your animation. And then go ahead right here and drop in an effect. Type in VR. And then right here have the voice effect continued on VR insert. Right here, that's the effect you need. So go ahead and drop it into a transparent video. Go to the effect control right here. Go ahead and pick, this is a stereo left and right footage. It's a VR180. The insert layer is video 6 right here, but go ahead and hide video 6 because you don't need that anymore. But again, it's wrong, right? It's top and bottom. So make sure that the output format is also left and right. As you see, the insert is right there. It's too small, so go ahead and scale it. And then the aliasing, make sure you pick best. And then turn on your VR mode. Again, the scale is really big. Let's make it 2. So now how do I know I actually insert that light in front of me instead of behind me? Again, right? Put on your VR glasses and anagram glasses, and then turn on the insert conversion, and then just drag it, the setting, until you see right at your anagram glasses, or you can easily measure this distance between the subject and the insert graphic. So make sure that that is actually on top of me. Again, I don't need the graphic on top of me, but the graphics actually is not overlaid with me. It's just make sure that you be on top of this fence. So in a VR headset, it look like this graphic is on top of the fence. As you see, there's a transparent right here. It's a transparent PNG. You need to make sure the graphic is in the correct stereo space. And then I can just go ahead and render here. And here is actually the most important part to make this whole process work at this stage. So for Mirage, if you don't care about double compress your footage and you just want it to be really easy and convenient, that is my suggestion. Go ahead and pick HDoc 264, and then in the Premiere preset, go ahead and pick the VR monoscopic mesh source stereo audio, unless you have ambisonic audio, pick this one. Go ahead and hit mesh source. As you see here, my source video here is actually 2:1. There's a couple reasons why I actually do that. For Mirage, if the Mirage raw footage right here, that is a Mirage raw footage. If you go ahead and look at property, it's shot in 4K 16:9 format. So the pixel is actually not square. So one biggest complaint I have for the Mirage camera is it doesn't generate square pixel. It's in this weird format. For square pixel, this should be 2:1. So if you play the video, as you see, it's a 2 fisheye, big circle. Each circle should be square, so the final format should be 2:1 if the pixel is square pixel. But Mirage doesn't give you square pixel. Unfortunately, it gives you 16:9. Actually, the VR Creator app will help you to convert that into 2:1. So right here, this is the actual output by the VR Creator app using the optimal for input. So when you use the optical for input, the frame rate is actually weird. It's like 4104 by 2052. It's 4.1K, which is upscale from the original file size from the 4K. So that's why in the process I pick actually 4K and fix the size. So if you pick 4K, that is my 4K's output right here using the VR Creator app. As you see right here, if you go in detail, that is actually true 4K. So it's 4096 by 2048. It's 2 fisheye, right? So it's actually 1:1 square pixel. So the VR Creator app does fix that for you. But again, if you doesn't force him to do 4K, it will do and force upscaling, and upscaling from a third-party software is always not good with lower resolution. That's why I suggest you don't use the optimal for input and actually fix it to 4K. So you do the less amount of upscaling. This still upscaling the original footage though, so it's still not my liking. So hopefully in the future, they will update to provide the actual optimal output for the Mirage camera, which is right here, 3840 by 1920. That is actually not upscaling the footage for Mirage, which would not create weird resolution drop from the compression. Another weird thing I want to point out is really specific for Mirage camera. You will not have this issue in Z Cam K1Pro and hopefully not eHorizon. And Mirage actually capture video in variable frame rate, which is another big no-no for any camera because none of the editing software can handle variable frame rate. So meaning that your audio and your audio will be off sync. That is why you saw all the other reviewer, like bigger YouTube reviewer actually use this camera, don't know what's going on, and actually say that, oh, the audio is off sync when I bring it into the computer. Well, it's off sync because the camera gives you variable frame rate, not constant frame rate. As you see right here, I have media info right here. Right click on the footage, and as you see right here, frame rate mode is variable. And then the minimum frame rate is 7 frame and the maximum frame rate is 30 frame. And the actual frame rate is 26.831 FPS. So it's variable frame rate, it's not constant frame rate. It's big no-no. And actually, in the current version of the Creator app, doesn't fix that issue. So that is another thing that if you see my video right here, this part is actually generated with Mystica VR and my workflow to keep it is a constant bitrate. So my audio from the capture from the camera actually sync with my audio in post. So the rest of the stuff you can just leave as a default right here. Don't worry about it. It says VR video monoscopic. You can just keep that. And VR180 Creator app will be smart enough to actually know that it's not a mono, it's stereo VR180. So go ahead and hit export. But for those of you who want to keep the highest quality possible, especially if you are working with the Z Cam K1Pro shot in 6K, you want to actually output as an intermediate codecs, which will either using an image sequence like a PNG image sequence, or go ahead and pick QuickTime and using the DNx HR or the GoPro Cineform, and then output this video lossless and then bring it back into a Mac system and then convert a Mac into ProRes, because the VR180 Creator app right now doesn't support Cineform or DNx HR, unfortunately. Okay, now we finish editing in Premiere. We bring the footage back into my Mac, prepare for publication as indicated in this big button. Go ahead and hit that. Go ahead and pick the footage. So as I mentioned at the Premiere part, Right now, this software only takes H.264, H.265, and ProRes. It doesn't take on Cineform or does not take on DNx HR, unfortunately. So if you have a PC and you want to keep the highest resolution possible when upload on YouTube, and especially shot this with the Z Cam K1Pro, I would highly recommend you to just render it in Cineform in the highest quality possible, bring it into your Mac, and then convert that into ProRes, and then inject the format into ProRes. So right here, I have H.264 because it's a Mirage footage. The camera already not shoot really high quality video. So the quality loss is marginal. And it's a consumer camera, so it's okay for convenience sake to just use the H.264. But as you see right here, I actually convert my DNx HR or Cineform into ProRes in my Mac. And I actually also can inject that. Let's actually inject that. So open the ProRes. As you see, it's still working. It's a video I edit. Have multiple cut, as you see right here. So again, if you want to do just the regular format, the VR180 format, you can go ahead and pick top and bottom and 360. So this video will be able to work in any platform, including VR, YouTube, Facebook, anywhere support 360 video rendering. If you want to just focus on YouTube, that is what you should do, left and right and 180, and that is the VR180 format for YouTube. This is another really cool feature, as you see right here. If I turn it off, you see that I have a lens right here, right? I have a subject right here, but if I turn it on, it shows you that that is what happened if the viewer watch your video on a phone or on a desktop. So you need to know where is your audience coming from. If majority of your audience, 99.9% of them doesn't have a VR headset and doesn't watch your content on a Google Carp or a Mirage Solo or the Google Daydream, you should probably not put an important subject out of your frame. So this gives you a really good preview to see your framing of your shot. So this is one great feature to actually quality check your content. So after turn this on, so go ahead and hit export. And the process is actually very fast because the software is not trying to transcode or compress your footage. As you see, this ProRes one is so fast. It just try to inject meta for you. So this is great. So meaning that your ProRes footage still has the highest quality. If you upload on YouTube, you only do one time transcode by YouTube on the server side, but you are not first transcode that into H.264, which is downsizing, and then transcode that into YouTube again, into the YouTube H.264. So you will lost quality doing that process. Again, for Mirage footage, doesn't matter. But if you're on a Z Cam K1Pro or my 2 GH5 setup, that's something that you want to consider when you're transcoding. Verdict. So one thing you need to know as a content creator, especially your content is aiming for professional level, is you want to have a highest quality possible for intermediate codecs, and you are not trying to compress your video during the post-production pipeline. Unfortunately, right now, if you're using the VR180 creator app, especially if you want to transcode your footage from the Z Cam K1Pro with the app into editor-friendly format, it does compress your footage a lot. And let me show you, just for the Mirage as an example. Here I have 3 clips. It's exactly the same clip as the interview clip I have in here. Well, actually this is a review of the Mirage camera clip, which will be released next week. The first one on top is actually done with Mythica with my workflow, which produce I think the highest quality. But even in this video, I did not output as DPX or PNG sequence. In Mythica, if you follow my other Mythica professional tutorial, you should always output PNG sequence or DPX sequence file to keep the highest quality uncompressed footage possible. Again, this is a Mirage tutorial, so I want to keep things easy. This already is a compressed NVIDIA codec format by Mythica VR, but even with that codecs, you can see the image quality is better than the direct transcoding from the VR180 creator app. So on here, that is using the optimal setting, and this one is using the force 4K setting from the VR180 creator app. If I blow this up into 400s and move here into the resolution chart, which you pay attention like the focal chart right here, right? So this is the first from the VR180 force 4K output right here. And this one is the optimal output. Again, these two look the same because they all generate from the VR180 Creator app. But if you look at the Mystica version, if you pay attention right here, you see the line is sharper and you see more line in the focal charts, and the resolution is obviously higher. And here is another version to really show you when I blow this footage up in 800%. And you can see the compression on the VR180 Creator app is more severe than Mystica VR. The reason why is because, as you remember, when I choose the option, is only allow H.264 transcoding, and H.264 is not an intermediate codec. You want to edit your footage into an editor-friendly format. And I hope Google will actually watch this video, take my suggestion, and actually add this feature in. So for creators that really care about the image quality, they at least have a workable intermediate codec from the Mirage camera. And for the Z Cam K1Pro, I will highly suggest you stay away from the first step of the VR180 Creator app, actually using my other tutorial, my other workflow and Mystica VR to actually get a correct intermediate codec in DPX or PNG sequence for your post-production pipeline. Only use the VR180 Creator app in your meta injection when you upload on YouTube. In the next tutorial, I'm gonna do an in-depth review of the Mirage camera. If you want to learn about is this the camera you should purchase for your VR180 production, definitely subscribe to my channel and check out that review. It's also very in-depth. And also just to remind you guys, I am doing a 360 masterclass with Abel Cine in June 25th and 26th in New York City. If you're around and you want to learn the ins and outs of VR180 post-production, don't forget to sign up and have a discount code in my description below. And I will see you next time.